Hello everyone, welcome to my course. In this course, we are going to solve 100 different SQL questions which are being frequently asked by different companies in the interviews, or if in case if you are looking for to excel yourself in the SQL, this is the right playlist of the course for you to go through all of these 100 questions and excel yourself. I'm considering all different groups. So the people who has no idea about the SQL, or the people who are already an expert in the SQL or at the intermediate level. This course is designed to help everyone to excel in the SQL. Okay. If in case if you have not watched my SQL tutorial videos already, I strongly recommend you to go ahead and to check out all the 93 videos which I posted, which covers about like 93 different functions and the topics about the SQL, which helps you to be in a commanding position and also gives you confidence in terms of like solving the SQL questions. Now let's jump into our first problem. So let's say you are working for XYZ company and your task is that to find the duplicate records in a table. What exactly does it mean? For example, let's say you have a data in this format. Okay. So you have columns, name, surname, and the age, and you have the data over here. As you can already see, the row second and the row fourth, both of these, they are the duplicates because it has the same data. And now, as an analyst or a data scientist, your job over here is to highlight these duplicate records to your leadership team, right? So whatever we are doing it in a like from the scratch. And also one more thing, so in the real production world, so basically you already having the tables, you query the tables and you get all of this data. But especially in the interview section, so you will be given a dummy data like this one, and you have to convert this as a macro or a temporary table, and then you have to write your logic. Okay. For throughout this course, I'm going to use the BigQuery SQL. If in case if you have not heard about BigQuery SQL, so it is one of the SQL frameworks which was developed by Google, and it's very easy, especially for training. It's available in the cloud, or if you're already continuing with NoSQL or MySQL or any other SQL frameworks, you can still go ahead in this course and try to understand the logic, and you can write the SQL in your own format. Also, you can use our chat GPTs to convert my code into your favorite SQL code, and then you can learn from this. Okay, so for this course, I'm going to use BigQuery. If in case if you have not, if you are beginning with the BigQuery like SQL, you can go ahead with these steps. Click on the first step over here and click on the write in the console. Because as you already see that I'm already logged in, if in case if you have not used this, it will ask you to enter your Gmail address and the password, and then select the options over here. You can select the base version, the trial version, and you can understand how you can do this one if you go through my SQL tutorials where I explained like 93 different videos about 93 different functions in the SQL. So click on this try it in console, and you will be landed on a beautiful page. Click on this icon over here, and there is a space where we can write everything on here. So now what's my question? So find the duplicate records in a table, right? Perfect. So let's create this entire data over here as a temporary data. So for that, for example, first, what are the columns that we do have here? Name, surname, and age. So Rajiv as name, Pujala as surname, 32 as age. Okay. So if you run this one, either you can click on run button, or you can use command written if you're using MacBook, or control enter if you're using a Windows. So I'm clicking on run button over here, and you can see it has written the first record over here. But I have three records in my sample data, so I'm going to use the union all. So select, I'm writing the second person name. Okay. So I mean, for the second record, I mean, if you run this one, you can see that we have entered the second record successfully. I mean, you can also write something like as name, as surname, but when you're doing this union all, you don't have to write alias again and again, to save the time and to make the code look neat. So I'm creating the duplicate record over here. So if you run this one, you can see we have all the data over here. So this is good. Now to hold this all of this one, instead of running it again and again, I'm going to create a temporary function by using the with clause. So this is called the CTE functions, common table expressions. So with the name, giving it as data as over here. So considering the different types of framework that you might be using, so there must be like different syntaxes for the common table expressions, but this is the ideal format in the BigQuery. So now you encapsulated all the data here in this CTE. Now if you want to see the data, all you have to do is like select star from data. So basically, what just we have done over here, we wrote the SQL query and we kept it in the CTE over here. So whenever we want to run, we can just call this variable here, and this will run the query for us, right? Nice. Now what we will do now, our job is that to find the duplicate records over here. So for example, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So what I'm going to do, select star from data, okay, and I'm going to put count star, okay, as county, okay. Now how many columns we have? Name, surname, and age. Because we have given the star, it considers all of them, or else we can write name, surname, age as county from data. Now because we have used an aggregated function over here, whenever we use the aggregated function like count, sum, or anything, so we have to ensure that we should be grouping the rest of the columns. So how many columns we do have? We have three columns, group by name, surname, age, right? And if you run this one, you can see this first row, it has repeated for two times, and the second row, it has repeated for one time. So basically what we did, we have given all the columns and we just use a count function over here, and we named it as a county. Now our initial task is like find the duplicate records. Now because it is showing all the records over here, so whenever you have an aggregated function like over here, a column, and you want to perform any filters on this aggregated one, you have to use the having instead of where. So having county greater than 1, click on run button. It will give you the list of records where it has the duplicate records. So one more thing, even before we jump into the other videos, it's very much important for us to understand the SQL execution order. So basically it starts with from the table name, and then the joins, and then where, and then select, and then group by, and then having, and then order by, and then limit, offset. So this is how the SQL execution order works. Thank you for watching this video, and now our task is that to complete rest 99 more videos. Have a good day.